It's December 1st and it's Cyber Monday. And is Christmas already stressing you out? I know for me it is. You know, whether it's that already packed schedule that we find ourselves in, fit Christmas in between your job and obligations, or it's financially. I know for us, it's a little bit of both. Join me today as I share some of the things that we are doing so that we can enjoy Christmas on a frugal budget, but most of these things are free. So welcome back to Pinebrook Homestead. My name is Marie if you are new here. If you are returning, welcome back. And I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's over and boom, we're rolling right into Christmas, which is one of the reasons why I chose to decorate by tradition rather than trend this year. And I do have that video. I'll link it in the description box. But, whether it is the time that it takes to not only purchase gifts, wrap gifts, attend all the parties, host your own party, make sure that you're spending time with the people that you love, get to church on time, all of it, it can be stressful. On the flip side, maybe you've had a job loss. Maybe the budget is already tight with the rising cost of everything this year. I don't think we ever got a break. I really don't. Although I did see this weekend that gas was down in our area out of the $3 and at $2.59. Okay, so, maybe a 50-cent break on gas. Merry Christmas to us all. Just kidding. Anyways, we had a lot going on this year financially. And I'm looking at the calendar. It's December 1st. Christmas is in 25 days. And yet I still have my obligations, but I want to enjoy some too. So what can we do? One of the first things that I am going to tell you is get out in the evening and just go take a look at the Christmas lights. That will definitely get you in the mood. It doesn't cost you anything, whether it's you by yourself, maybe on a late night walk, or it is you and your spouse, or you and your family, or maybe even the grandkids. That by far is the most fun. Take your time, just go enjoy what everybody else did. I know my husband put up some Christmas lights, but our neighborhood decorates to the hilt. We don't go above and beyond, but we don't do nothing either. So I do love to get out there when it's cold and chilly, better yet, if it's snowy, and just take in the Christmas lights. They're beautiful, and they remind me that Christmas isn't all about the gifts and the rush, and sometimes it's slowing down to enjoy the small things. Another thing that I have done is I went to the library and I got myself a book, and it includes 3 Christmas stories, and it was free. I just went in, I was looking for sweet Christmas stories, and whenever I feel like I need that break, maybe I'll pour a cup of tea or coffee, and I'll sit down and I'll just read a little bit of that book. And it fills my heart and reminds me that it's not all about the rat race out there. Another thing that you can do that is frugal, and this is something that my mother-in-law is doing for my husband. Now, my husband's birthday is on the 19th. So, of course, right before Christmas, and we always try to separate our December birthdays from Christmas. So she has a skill. She is an amazing baker. Everybody knows when grandma's cookies come in the house. Oh, if they're grandma's, they're gone. You don't give them away. You don't take them out. They stay in the house. I bake a cookie, they'll take them and give them to friends, not grandma's cookies. But there's one thing my husband has always wanted to learn, and that was how to make cheesecakes. So for his birthday, she is teaching him how to make cheesecakes. He is going over, they're spending the afternoon together, and they're creating our cheesecakes, and we'll be able to freeze one so that we can have it on Christmas Day. And you can do that too. What skill do you have that somebody has always wanted? You know, whether it's baking bread, whether it's making your Christmas cookies, whatever it is, maybe it's knitting, maybe it's crocheting, maybe it's painting, whatever it is, could you give that family member an afternoon with you and teach them how to do these things? You know, some of my fondest memories were never a gift. They were always the time I spent with that person. So think about that. That can be a gift that you give someone else. You can do it before Christmas or you can do it after Christmas, but it can still be the gift. Everyone talks about the homemade gifts. I personally think they are so special. I absolutely love the gifts that I get from my granddaughter with her handprint, and each year we get an ornament from her. But you could do those things as well. One of the things that I'll be doing this year is for our court. We live on a dead-end cul-de-sac, and our court is pretty close-knit. We kind of watch out for everybody, celebrate, birthdays, graduations, and our 4th of July party. So this year I will be baking some cinnamon streusel breads to give out to everyone on the court. And then I have a handmade ornament to go along with that. So that's an idea. You could make simmer pots in a jar. You could make the cookies or brownie mixes or anything like that in jars. And decorate them up a little bit with some candy canes and ribbon. They're special. Everything doesn't have to be store-bought. And with the price of groceries and everything out there, a homemade cookie jar would be wonderful. There's so many things you could do. Do the crafts with your children, with your grandchildren, decorating the cookies. All of those, you can find the ingredients on a budget, because right now the grocery stores have all of their baking supplies on sale. So make sure to watch out for those sales. You can pick up the crafting items at either thrift stores or on sale, Hobby Lobby, those types of things. But it doesn't have to cost much, and you can make a lot of gifts out of one afternoon picking up your supplies. Those gifts are special and they're wonderful, and they're things that they will cherish. Most towns have some sort of Christmas celebration. I know our town has a tree lighting. You could go to that. Another town next to me, they do like a Christmas in the village. And yes, of course, there's booths and stuff set up for you to purchase, but it's beautiful. And it's in the evening, and I believe they still hand out the free hot chocolate. So going and seeing and just getting out for the festivities, those are fun as well. And a lot of times they don't cost a thing. One of my favorite things to do is get out on a winter walk. We are due to have snow tonight into tomorrow. Now, I will be with my grandkids tomorrow morning, meaning I have to drive in it. Not thrilled about that. But I know a lot of you got snow over the weekend. Get out and bundle up. Take a thermos of hot chocolate, coffee, or tea, and just go for that winter walk. No, it's not Christmas, but the fresh air will so help you on de-stressing, even if you're only gone an hour. one of my husband and my favorite things to do in the evening is to break out an old Christmas movie. And, there are so many that are free. Last night we watched White Christmas, which is my personal favorite because I remember watching it with my grandmother. Do you know that movie is 70 years old now? It's still a wonderful, wonderful movie. But you've got the Miracle on 34th Street, you've got the Scrooged, you've got all of those. And if you're not into the old movies, there are still so many free Christmas movies out there. And here's the thing, a lot of those Christmas movies are inspirational. They do not have mounds of gifts under the tree. No, they're celebrating something they've accomplished, finding themselves or finding that romance. But they're good and they're wholesome. And there's always an inspirational message to bring us back to what Christmas is truly all about. One of the best and most meaningful things that you can do to welcome in the Christmas spirit is to go volunteer. There are a lot of places that need help right now, whether it's food banks or soup kitchens or churches or schools or anything like that, senior centers. But if you can go volunteer your time and spend some time with others, blessing them, one, you will feel so much better about Christmas. And two, it doesn't cost you a thing, but some time and a smile. Another thing you can do that doesn't cost a thing is go visit some of your local churches. If you do not have a church home, but you've passed by that church every day on your way to work and wondered, now is a great time to go check them out. A lot of these churches, they have the Advent series coming up. I know my church does, and it starts next week. Some of them even have Bible studies. I know we have a 2-week Advent Bible study that I'll be attending. But there's a lot of things that are so wonderful about visiting the churches. And Christmas time is such a beautiful time to do it, whether it's a Christmas Eve service or anything like that. But all of that doesn't cost you a thing. And it really does define the true meaning of Christmas. Maybe you want to have some friends over. And in the past, you used to do the whole thing, the whole meal, everything. This year, change it up, especially if funds are tight. So instead of you doing the whole meal, make it a potluck. You're doing one dish and everybody else brings a dish. Everybody's included and it doesn't break the bank. And then do a white elephant gift exchange. But with this white elephant, it has to be something from around your house. Something you don't want. It can be funny, it can be goofy, it can be something serious. But it's a no-cost white elephant. And it has to be something from your house that you wrap up and you put in the gift exchange. People will roar. Everybody loves a good white elephant gift exchange. The last and final thing that'll put you back into the Christmas spirit is when you're out and about, make sure to spread some Christmas cheer. Now you may say, I don't feel like I have Christmas cheer. And I understand. But you know what? When you're in the grocery store line and you wish somebody Merry Christmas, or you're kind to the cashier, or the strangers around you. And I know this world right now is crazy. You could hold the door open for somebody and they're going to give you a nasty look. But if you hold the door open for somebody else, they just might look at you and say thank you. So this Christmas, it doesn't cost us anything to be kind. And we always need to remember that you don't know what that person is going through. And your kindness that day just might bring up their Christmas spirit as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I will be continuing on this frugal journey through Christmas and sharing the recipes with you next week. I am so looking forward to this. And no, I'm not going to stress out. I am going to give kindness wherever I go. I am going to bring in the family and my grandkids, and we're going to do crafts and spend time together. And ultimately, that's all I want for Christmas. There is not anything anybody could buy me other than the time that I get with them. And that, my friend, means the most. So thank you so much. I look forward to upcoming videos. I cannot wait to see you again, and I wish you a very blessed week.